Hey guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell for more content, and share away. We share away here because this is for the love of Star Wars. So get ready for the next video. Hey guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is kind of an explanation of why I disliked Solo, a Star Wars story, so much. And because John Kasdan's actually pretty cool about the criticism of it, I'm not really angry at him. He drives me nuts, but I'm not angry at him. So anyway, so here it is. I do get a little bit emotional, I think, but not angry. It's just like trying to explain why this doesn't work for me. So hope you. So here I am in my kitchen. Video reply to John Kasdan. The first video I posted was a bit of a rant, but I feel like mellowing out a little bit. The movie really wasn't that good. You know, everything about Solo was a bad idea. I mean, you gotta remember, no one wanted this movie at all. And those who say they did are lying. I mean, hey, I wouldn't have minded a Han Solo origin story if you'd have done it right, and you didn't. So here are the big problems. Han Nobody, that changes canon. That changes everything. That changes the character, and that's bullshit. You took 40 years of lore, 40 years of magic of who he was, and just on a whim. Han Nobody, what the Alright, I'm not gonna get mad. Let's see. Queera. In the origin story, the real one, because I don't consider this movie to be canon at all, Han met a girl who was enslaved, named Bria Theron. Bria was basically a forerunner to Leia. A lot of the same stuff going on. And she has 20 billion times the character that Queera ever was. Maybe you should have gone and looked at the origin story Crispin wrote and took some stuff from there, because it actually made sense and was logical and cool. How Han met Chewie. Crispin did it this way. When you meet Han in the middle book, which is called The Hutt Gambit, Han is sitting at a bar. Chewbacca's bothering him. He wants him to leave him alone. And we're trying to figure out why. Well, we discover that Han had been a very successful fighter pilot. That he had gone to inspect a ship that was damaged and discovered it was full of young Wookiee cubs being sent to the Spice Mines of Kessel to be slaves. And they're being rescued by a Wookiee named Chewbacca. After initial, shock, Han basically gets Chewbacca to back off from killing him. How does Han understand Shriwook? Well, that's taken care of by the fact that he was indentured on a ship owned and run by a guy named Gareth Shrike, who's a scumbag. And the old Wookiee who cooked for the ship took care of him. She taught him Shriwook. Da-da-da, there you go. There's your logical storytelling that makes sense. So Han ends up getting court-martialed and kicked out of the Imperial Navy for not killing Chewie. Chewie decides he owes him a life debt and won't leave him alone. That's how they met. Okay, not being tossed into a pit and Chewbacca being some sort of cannibalistic, that's so, oh God, cringe. And don't even get me started on the stupid shower scene. Ugh. Let's see what else. Alden Ehrenreich. Want you to go back. In 1975, 74, when George Lucas was looking around to cast Han Solo, he had auditioned Kurt Russell, Christopher Walken, Burt Reynolds, and a bunch of other guys. And a guy who was, doing some work around the place named Harrison Ford, who was actually reading Solo's lines to the other guys. Well, guess what? Who got the job? It's the only guy who could play the job, play Han Solo, Harrison Ford. Let me ask you a question. Back then, would Alden Ehrenreich have gotten past headshot and resume? No. No. So, his hiring, from what I can tell, and the stories I've heard, was nothing of a big favor to Uncle Steven Spielberg, who has absolutely nothing to do with Star Wars. Again. What? What? So those are my problems. And we haven't even begun to talk about how I felt about The Last Jedi. I mean, yeah, it was better than The Last Jedi, but that's not much of a bar. Here's the thing. You should have thought how will the fans react? Okay? You could have had a good script if you'd have thought more carefully about it. You could have done a more meticulous job if you'd have thought carefully about it. I feel like when I see scenes from it, when I look at the spoilers and things, that it was just a concoction of garbage. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. And these are valid feelings because you didn't lose $80 million. You lost $200 million. No one's going to see this. Okay? You can't take a character like Lando Calrissian and then change him too. And we all know what you said. There was at least $50 million right there not going into the coffers of Disney because people are like, I can't take my kid to this? Lando's chasing a toaster? What? I mean, you should have thought carefully about what you guys were doing. And the fact that you've stated publicly you're ambivalent about writing the script. I would have written the script. I would have. It would have been great. And I would have said, this kid can't go near this part. You can't do this. Especially when you had talent like Anthony Ingruber out there. Okay, he would have... Actually, he probably would have got me to go see this movie. But in other ways, I'm glad he wasn't in it because it would hurt his career to be in this thing. So, he dodged a bullet. Now, what I suggest you guys do, since you're telling everybody that we can't wait for what you guys are thinking about doing for Star Wars, is you decanonize the Solo origin story. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Along with a lot of other things, but just get rid of that and redo it. Go back and revisit the old canon and see what Crispin put in there. Because there was a couple of things that made me go, but for the most part, it's a good trilogy of stories that you could pick and cherry pick good stuff out of it. Han escaping from Garrish Reich, Dulana sacrificing herself for him, Han meeting Bria, the Academy, Han saving Chewie, Chewie's life debt, Han becoming a smuggler and kind of a ferry pilot at the time, and then he met Lando and started actually working for the Hutts. He decided that would be a good way to make money, because you have to understand what you guys really did when you screwed this up is when Han left, got kicked out, got court-martialed, he couldn't get a legitimate job being a pilot because of the black mark on his name. And that is why he became a smuggler. It wasn't because he was just inherently bad, which from what I can gather, that's what you put in this movie. And the fuel thing, since when was fuel a thing in Star Wars? Ugh. Ships have reactors. They don't need fuel. What? The only things that need fuel actually were frickin' lightsabers, and those were the kyber crystals. So, no, just get rid of what you guys did. I'm sorry to say this, but just call it a loss. Big scratch red mark through it, and redo it right. Cast it right, and get rid of Quira, get rid of Pandolando, do him right, respect Billy D. Williams, respect Han Solo, respect Harrison Ford by getting somebody who's actually appropriate to play the role. Okay, there, I'm not mad, all right. Little emotional. Han is my favorite character in movies. And I just, So it wasn't just the fan backlash, even though that really did cause a lot of trouble. It was more than that. And no matter when the movie would have come out, no one would have gone to see it because it was not what people really wanted, because we knew you were going to screw it up. Here's the deal. I'm going to leave you with this, John. Star Wars is timeless, okay? Not relevant. So all the new crap you put in there's Pando Lando and Han Nobody and Han and Chewie. Oh, God. No. I mean, why? You basically took everybody out of the movie. The story. That's not who Han is. We've known this guy for 40 years. Okay? You might have wanted to remember that. Anyway, pretty classy thing that you did, talking to Ethan. And, you know, no hard feelings, bro, but until you guys fix this up, I would say bring back the EU, at least in a streamlined version, because a lot of fans are saying it's going to come back, and that's bottom line. I mean, I hear it everywhere. I hear it everywhere. I hear it in you know, life. I hear it on my channel. I hear it on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. All right? You can't change characters like Han and Luke. I mean, but I'm not blaming you for that one. And not expect people to get pissed off. You just can't. Why? And I know the excuse is, well, we didn't change it. Yes, you did. Go back and look at the last 40 years. And we're all like, who is that? Because that's not who, you know? So anyway, just a little bit of why. You guys dropped the ball. I mean, you fumbled. I mean, big time. I'll see you around the galaxy. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said in the beginning, feel free to hit the like button, hit subscribe for more, and the bell for more content, and share away. We share away here, and I'll see you around the galaxy.